What is good, Tesla family? It's Ray J back with another video, and in this one I'm going to be talking about the one and only Tesla stock and what you should be looking after for the future. I'm also going to break down the fact that the market may be a little bit shaky for the short term. In the short term, there may be some rug pulls here and there. There could be some bearish price action, but in the long term, Tesla is still an absolutely fantastic company, not just because of their deliveries, but also because of the Robotaxi. I'm going to talk a little bit about the Robotaxi, why this is very bullish for Tesla for the long term, and why this is going to help the share price soar in the future during our recovery phase and for many years to come. Now, before I break any of this down, before I talk about Tesla's share price, I do have to mention some very important things first. The first thing is I'm not a financial planner, so please don't take this as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please smash the like button if you want to see more videos like this. It not only benefits me, it benefits the entire Tesla community as a whole. The last things, if you guys can, please check out the Webull link down below in the description. If you sign up for Webull with the link down below and deposit any amount of money, whether it's $1 or $100, you are guaranteed 5 free stocks, each worth up to $2,000. Once again, that's free money, and you could always sell those 5 free stocks for cash and use that cash to buy some Tesla shares for free. This is a limited time offer that ends in 2 weeks, so please check it out before they run out of free stocks. With that out of the way, let's get on with the video. Anyways, looking at Tesla, we have seen this thing showing some very bearish price action for quite some time. However, it's not the end of the world. So I do want to talk about this real quick. I did talk about this previously, but I just wanted to bring this back one more time. The GDP of the US did fall at a pace of 1.4% to start the year. This was the Q1 report that came out, and it was below analysts' expectations of a 1% gain. Now, if you don't know what this means, generally, when we define a recession in economics, when GDP falls for 2 quarters in a row, that would be defined as a recession. So right now, for 1 quarter, we got a drop, but we have to wait to really confirm this until the next quarter to see if we have another consecutive fall. If we don't have it, it's going to be okay. If we do have it, that would be an indicator of a recession, but it's not the end of the world, right? It's not the end of the world. It does not mean Tesla's going to die. It does not mean that whatsoever, because you have to remember, Tesla is still growing simultaneously. No matter what state our economy is in, Tesla's going to keep on growing. They're going to keep on innovating. And I believe they're going to recover quite quickly from the shakiness and the bearish price action we're seeing. So, why am I so confident in this company? Well, there are many reasons as to why I believe this. One of the reasons is the fact that, look, despite the supply chain issues, they keep on growing above 50% year over year, and they're projected to deliver over 1.42 cars. I'm sorry, 1.42 million cars for the year. And on top of that, for next year, I could easily see them breaking the 2 million mark. And for many years to come, it's going to be 2 million, 3 million, 5 million, 10 million deliveries for the future. So that's one factor. It's easily going to cause the share price to soar. Tesla's easily going to break past a few $1,000s a share in the next upcoming years because of deliveries alone. But deliveries are not the only factor. In previous videos, I talked about the autonomous technology, the full self-driving technology as well, not to mention the fact that they're developing an AI and a humanoid robot and many other factors like that. But another big factor is the Robotaxi. I want to actually talk a little bit about the Robotaxi. I'm not going to go into full details about it, but I want to break down why this is extremely bullish news for Tesla and what Elon Musk said about that, right? So, one of the things that's very sad, that I have to be honest with everyone, because the thing is, people say that the truth is what sets us free. So we have to say and face the truth. And the truth is that automation is unfortunately threatening many jobs in the US. Millions of jobs are going to be threatened for many decades to come, no matter how much we really try to change things. It's almost inevitable at this point. I mean, we're starting to see many car manufacturing companies that are now using robots, robotic arms, and many other things like that. That isn't to trivialize how important and amazing every individual is, but it's just to show that we are in a changing economy where we're not as dependent on population growth to produce more outputs. Now, technology is going to take things over. We're in this digitalizing age, and as a result of that, we're going to see innovations in different sectors. One of them is full self-driving technology, because one of the things about that is it will technically save lives. It's going to be very safe in the future, in my opinion, once we actually crack the codes. And another thing is, with that technology, Tesla and many companies maybe that are following in its footsteps can develop robo-taxis. Now, you might not be in favor of that. You may like it. It's up to you. You have the right to have your own opinion. I'm okay with that. But I do want to talk about this from a business standpoint and the fact that if you are a Tesla investor, the Robotaxi is going to be a very bullish catalyst nonetheless. And the reason for that is the fact that when you look at what they're capable of doing with it, these Robotaxis are going to revolutionize the transportation sector. They are also going to improve the environment in many ways. One of the big things about them, some people stated that it does kind of downside for travelers. One of the good things is it can actually lower the energy consumption costs, and they can use electric technology to really help them in this game. Another thing that they could do is they can actually produce more output in a shorter period of time, deliver things quicker if you do have them drive overnight, and other things like that. So Elon Musk, the man, the myth, the legend, he didn't promise this. This headline is kind of misleading. He stated this. He didn't say, I promise this. He stated that Tesla is expected to have the Robotaxi ready in 2024. But there have been times where he did miss on deadlines, kind of estimate things a little bit earlier. So that's A-OK because he's very ambitious. He likes to push them for the very at the very most possible, because if he said, oh, the robotaxi is going to be ready in 2026, there's not that urgency that's going to really push the company. So he likes to push the company, he likes to push investors, he likes to push everyone around him to do their best job possible, which is one of the reasons why he may be a little bit early on a lot of deadlines, but he is stating that it should be ready by 2024. That's not a guarantee. Maybe 2024, maybe 2025. But, anyways, it's coming soon. Within the next few years, it should be coming relatively soon. Now, this is going to be insanely huge for society, for the USA, for countries all over the world, because this innovative technology could be used in many different sectors. One of them is the robo taxi that uses full self driving technology could help drive disabled people to different places. There could be paid services for this technology. Elon Musk also talked about the fact that this could be passive income for individuals, meaning someone, for instance, could buy a Tesla, they own the Tesla, and then it's a robo taxi basically, and it drives around, delivers people all over the place, and people pay money for that service, and all that money goes back to the person that owns that Tesla, and you don't even need to drive it, it'll do it on its own. So that's just an example of what the future could show. You might think that's crazy, but remember, we're in a changing world, and the changes are coming so fast that you have to be prepared for it. On top of that, they're going to help reduce accidents. They're going to improve braking systems. There are some issues right now with full self driving technology. Like I said before, it's not perfect just yet. We're still in the beta phase, but it's still a very, very great thing for our society if you actually think about it. And it's getting better every single day. Now, another article right here talks about the fact that they're going to be making very, very, very amazing robo taxis. And they actually talked about this, I think, at the Cyber Rodeo event. They talked about the fact that they are specifically doing this as a company to help them develop their hardware as well. And when they do this, another reason why this is so bullish is because there's a market for the robo taxi. Whether big investors, whether people interested in finance want to create passive income, if they want to reduce accidents, as they want to maybe not even drive, if they want to depend on full self-driving technology, that could be massive too. What I'm saying is there's a massive market for this. It's a multi-trillion-dollar market. It is corresponding with AI development, the autonomous technology that's developed. So all of this put together is going to put Tesla in that market and help the company grow as years go on. Now, I think right here we have more details about it. Right here, one of the things that they're working on, I think, is there's a possibility that they could have the robotaxi done without even a steering wheel, right? It would be a taxi like vehicle, and it's going to be incredible. It's going to cost less than a subsidized public bus or a subway fare. So they're going to be a lot cheaper because it's very cheap to charge them. So it won't be as expensive for a lot of people that are very poor, a lot of people on disability. It's a very, very amazing achievement. And also, it's going to have a very low cost per mile for the taxi like vehicle. So, there are many big innovations that come from it. As I stated before, huge, huge, huge market. It's just another one of the many bullish catalysts for this company. Now, going into the technical analysis side, I'm not going to say too much about this. I'm going to make another video about this by talking about what price action should you expect during a recession? Because it's kind of tricky. It's tricky because Tesla's getting bigger and better every single quarter, every single month. And yet, at the same time, the market's not in the best of states. So it's pushing Tesla down. Get good news could push it up. So it's just kind of in the middle there. But I don't see this as a company that's going to crash extremely hard. I don't really see it that way. By extremely hard, I mean, I don't see this thing going to $200 or $100 or even 400. I think we're going to hold up not I mean, I think we're going to hold up pretty decently. That doesn't mean that there is not more downside. This thing could crash to the 700s in the future, maybe hit the high 600s. It's possible, but it's not the end of the world because that's a very good dip buying opportunity. And we know that there are going to be very good reversals. So, if you want to look at this from a Wyckoff accumulation schematic, I drew this out in a previous video. And so far, it's following this pretty well. I mean, I could actually, let me close the volume, see if this closes. And I can actually move the chart like this. Okay. Okay, let's make this smaller. I hope this is clear to see. I'm sure it may not be too clear for some people, and I apologize for that. But right here, preliminary support, automatic reaction. We got this like push up, then the automatic reaction, right? We ended up dropping, selling climax, push up. Wait, I think I put this in the wrong place. This should be like right here. That's the automatic reaction. Whoops. And then we have the sell test, push down, sell test in phase B, push up right here in phase B. Then we have the spring that's forming. The spring does not have to be lower than the sell test. It doesn't have to be that low. But if we do drop on low volume, that could be the indicator that we could drop to that 700 range. It's a possibility in the next like month or so. But then after we hit that low, it is possible for Tesla to reverse in the later months of the year, or by the time we hit Q2 or Q3, very possible for this thing to start pushing to the upside and getting a really nice reversal. So you could see it right here, right over here, right in this sector in phase C. We do appear to be entering around phase C. If you were to look at this from this theoretical perspective, we could be in the spring phase. We're getting closer to that bottom. Once we get that balance, we should start pushing later on. And this could basically represent the later months of the year. It is possible for us to get that reversal, but it's going to take a little bit of time. So this drop that we're having, it could last a few more weeks, another month or so. It doesn't matter because I'm still very bullish for the long term and it's not the end of the world. So be on the lookout in a week or two from now because I am going to release a video about Tesla's price action during a recession. I just gave you guys a glimpse of it. And with that out of the way, the future is still very bright for this company. It's not the end of the world. We're not in the end game or anything like that. It's going to have some drops here and there, but as the technology develops, as fundamentals improve, as the company grows, the share price is going to soar, in my opinion. So, non financial advice, by the way. Make your own decisions, do your own DD. And with that out of the way, I want to thank you all for listening. Have a great, great, great weekend. Tesla is still a fantastic company. Tesla to the moon, and peace out.